Hey everyone! Ever have those days where it feels like your brain is just running on low battery? Well, today we're going to talk about a pretty exciting scientific breakthrough that's all about giving your brain a serious performance boost. Okay, let's get real for a second. Do any of these situations sound a little too familiar? You know the feeling, right? You sit down, you're determined to get things done, but your mind just decides to go on vacation. Every little notification, every sound just pulls you right out of the zone. Or what about this classic? That super frustrating moment when the word you're looking for is right there. It's on the tip of your tongue, but for the life of you, you just can't grab it. Ugh, the worst. And then there's the simple math. Stuff that used to be automatic, like splitting a dinner bill, suddenly feels like a high-level algebra problem, and you find yourself reaching for your phone. If you're nodding your head right now, I promise, you are not the only one. So what is going on? Does it feel like your brain is just kind of stuck in first gear? Well, it turns out that feeling is way more common than you'd think. The data actually backs this up. Get this. In a survey of almost 400 office workers, a massive 65% of them said they feel like their brain function has actually declined. That's nearly 2 out of every 3 people feeling like they've lost their mental edge. So no, it's definitely not just you. So the big question is, why? What's the culprit here? Well, more and more science is pointing to one major factor: the hidden damage that stress is doing to our brains. Let's take a look at what's really happening. So chronic stress basically hits our brain with a nasty 1-2 punch. First, you get oxidative stress. The easiest way to think about this is like rust, but on your brain cells. Not good. Then you have something called endoplasmic reticulum stress, which messes up the little factories inside those cells. The end result of all this is that our neurons get damaged and can even die off. But here's where the story gets really interesting. Faced with this problem, scientists started looking for answers in some unexpected places, including traditional herbs that have been used for centuries. They were on the hunt for something natural that could protect our brains. Now, these zeroed in on a plant you might have even heard of, Centella acidoraca. You see it a lot in skincare, right? Masks, creams, that sort of thing. But researchers weren't interested in skin. They isolated a very specific, powerful extract called ARUSEA. And this one contains a totally new compound that's all about improving how our brain works. And this was a huge deal. We're talking a world-first discovery here. Through university research, they identified this new ingredient, arylediol. This wasn't just a slight variation, it was a brand new compound that was shown in labs to have a powerful protective effect on brain cells. Okay, so that's cool for the lab, but does it actually work for real people dealing with real-world brain fog? That's the most important question. So they put it to the test in a human clinical trial, and the results were, well, they were seriously impressive. So first up, they ran a timed calculation test. After just 6 weeks of taking Araca, look at this. The participants answered way more questions, which means they got faster. But here's the cool part. They also got more of them right. So they were becoming both quicker and more accurate. And they saw the exact same pattern with a typing test. The total number of characters they typed went up, and the number of correctly typed characters went up right along with it. For anyone who spends their day in front of a screen, that's a direct upgrade to your efficiency. But it wasn't just about performance, it was also about how people felt. On 2 different fatigue scales, their scores dropped significantly. This means Araca was helping with that day-to-day mental drain, but also with that deeper, more chronic feeling of being completely wiped out. And the personal feedback just confirmed all of this. People were reporting that they felt more focused during work, could concentrate better on long drives, found it easier to drift off to sleep, and even woke up feeling genuinely refreshed. This wasn't just one thing, it was an all-around improvement. So naturally, this begs the question, how does this new discovery stack up against some of the other common ingredients for brain health out there, like ginkgo biloba? Well, when you put them side by side, Araca really stands out. For one, it has a mild taste, while ginkgo is known for being quite bitter. But more importantly, check out the safety profile. Araca has no reported allergens, and you can take it with other medications. Ginkgo, on the other hand, can have side effects and interacts with things like blood thinners. And maybe the biggest difference? The clinical trials for Araca were done on younger, working adults, the exact people who are feeling that brain drain the most. So let's just recap the key advantages here. With Araca, you're getting a patented, world-first ingredient It's been proven in human trials to boost your mental speed and accuracy. It also significantly cuts down on both daily and chronic fatigue, and it does all of this with an excellent safety profile. Which leaves us with one final, really important question to think about. This is about more than just getting better at tests or typing faster. If you could really, truly enhance your focus and clear out that mental fog, what would that unlock for you? What kind of changes would you see in your work, in your projects, in your life? That's the real potential we're talking about.